And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe. I'm Mongo.
And I'm Jeff.
And it's Saturday, so it's time for some
Shenanigans.
Because not really a lot happened this week. I don't know if anything important happened that you know of, but
Yeah, not
it
much.
just seems like it was a quiet week. We didn't have a pay-per-view. Didn't have a pay-per-view today.
I mean, I went to an indie show tonight, so I guess
You
that
did?
was my excitement for the week, with pro wrestling. Which I'll give a shout out to Pro Wrestling Epic. That was a pretty cool little show, They had pretty
Would you
good
like
for
to-
their
are you saying the
music
tag-
and yeah, both tag matches I thought were excellent. And the cool thing was one of them was a mixed tag.
What's up, Chris?
So hey, what up, Chris? But yeah, so that was my excitement for the week.
But there's something that I was predicting, and Jeff can vouch for me because he's been on these prediction shows for damn near years. Every time there was an all-in or every time there was a big pay-per-view, I predicted a certain tag team was going to be All Elite. It broke my heart in September 2024 when they didn't. However, as of Thursday,
The Motor City Machine Guns are all elite.
Yes, sir.
let's go. I think
Yeah.
we got to start with that. Motor City Machine Guns, all fucking elite, as they said. Finally, what are your thoughts on that, Jeff?
Oh, I was super excited to see that. I mean, I've seen both of those guys many years ago. With my introduction to them was TNA, so that's how I got to learn about them. Because Saban was all that. Well, I guess both of them honestly were in the X division a lot, and then I did hear a little bit about like them going when they were in Japan and some stuff like that too. So really excited to see them there, and I think this will fit them a lot better in a lot of ways. They know how to work with several of the people that are in the tag division already. So yeah, I agree. They are definitely a high tag team on my list, Chris, for sure.
They've always definitely been a top 5 team for me. And I think what's cool is, like Jeff, I grew up watching them in TNA, against Generation Me. That X Division match in 2010 or Bound for Glory 2010, probably still my must-see matches for them. Just in general, like Jeff said, they could work singles, they could work tag teams, they figured out how to work together. They definitely revolutionized it. And they were in the conversation outside the machine for a while. It was, who's the best tag team right now? Oh, it's the Bucks. It's Motor City Machine Guns. But Motor City Machine Guns were always in the conversation. So it's nice to see that they're finally all elite, and they could add more to their resume because they've won in New Japan, they've won in Ring of Honor, they've won in WWE, they've won in TNA. If they win in AEW, that's 5 major promotions. That really puts them further up the stratosphere, at least I think.
Right. Well, and I feel like sometimes they got lumped into that whole of that junior heavyweight status at times. You know what I mean? Because that's what they were there early on in Japan. Most same like the Bucks and teams like that. It happens, but they progressed past that, so they made it to the like I said, to the machine. So they obviously were doing something fucking right.
Right.
And they won everywhere, like you said. They won everywhere, so that's another huge indicator that they're successful everywhere. So.
And I know Emily will be happy because she loves tandem offense, and they are some of the best at innovation with their tandem offense. Made in Detroit, still one of my favorite finishers.
Yeah, that's cool.
Skull and Bones is always fun. Just sometimes the way they would just innovate, whether it's, he did a backbreaker, and all of a sudden Shelly comes out of nowhere and this elbow drops to the throat. Like, it's just, it made you feel like these two were trying to fight together to win together. And then they both became TNA World Champion at a point. Like, they both show they could go, and they showed up. That was probably one of the loudest ovations I've heard in a long time for AEW. That was very much pure adulation in that crowd. Like, to be a fly on the wall in that Masonic temple would have been awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You could tell too when they came out. They were.
Yeah, they were loving it.
Well, it took them a second. They were definitely getting emotional a little bit. Yeah, Collision was awesome.
Collision was good.
Well, I guess I got that question since she brought up that point.
Yeah.
If you had to rank them, what show did you rank better? Dynamite or Collision? That I figured I'll ask the tough question first. So what do you think was better?
It's hard. It's such great matches.
I know, and the debut. So I mean, that's got to weigh up there.
Wish they would have had a match, just squash them in sweet. Yeah.
But they got to come out for the save.
I think Motor City Machine Game with their decision this time being All Elite. I agree. AEW Dynamite. See, I agree. I think what's going to put it over the edge is the Kenny and Will segment and the Willow and Mercedes segment, because I think they had two great segments for their championships and their main events of All In. And it turned up the intensity to All In. Like, now the road to All In feels real now. It feels pedal to the metal, foot on the gas. It feels crazy. Hi, Jeff's mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah,
so
well,
I'll ask you the same question.
Well, I'll go with the comments here, too, because we've got a Dynamite collision. Then, Steve, Dynamite maybe the best of the year. Well, is that then the same true for Collision? Were these two of the best shows of the year for both television shows?
It certainly feels that way. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I'll go with Dynamite as well. I will just give Dynamite the edge, like you said.
Let's see, Emily says, and Hangman returns. Yes, that was a great moment. Hangman returning, and every match was fire.
Well, and Holly, I agree. Yes, it feels bigger than SummerSlam.
The road All In, locked and loaded. Yes, right up there with Mania too. It's starting to feel special. They're finally building that prestige for All In, and I think these kind of stories help. These kind of story arcs. I mean, a lot of people were upset, with Redemption until the ending with Hangman giving Ospreay the one-wing angel. But again, it goes back to who's the heel, who's the face. We truly don't know what people's motives are. So I like the intrigue, and then I like the promo. He said what I've been yapping about for this whole damn 2 years. Will kept throwing shade at Kenny, and Kenny took it personally. And Kenny's like, well, fuck you. You were my friend.
Right.
And you're going to sit there and put doubt in me?
Right.
I loved it. And I love that he told off the Death Riders, and Hangman's like, I got your back. Kind of like what you were saying last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Omega's just slapping the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
Hangman, Ospreay. Oh, I'd love to see it. We've seen Hangman, Omega. We've seen...
Well,
I'd love to see
do we segment into some Hangman shit then after that?
Right.
I mean, speaking of Hangman...
It's crazy to think, because even All In week itself, it's so massive. And now that my AEW lets you watch it all, that's an incredible, chance to see Eve, to see Rev Pro, to see All In, kind of
progress, all this different stuff, yeah.
And like I said, I like the Kenny Omega Ospreay segment. I think they did a great job building that up. Willow and Mercedes, another great segment. You had Willow coming out, another great ovation. I mean, I was getting emotional. Like, Willow's getting just pure love from the crowd. She can barely speak because the crowd is just like giving her flowers like she deserves. I wasn't too thrilled with the result at Redemption, but that moment was like, I see why now. I get it.
Yeah, and like I said, I just hated it because it was like, man, I was kind of with some of the other consensus where I wanted Tekla to have the moment regardless if she won or lost. You know what I mean? Like, Willow could have won it then. I don't know. I just feel like for kind of carrying the women's division in a lot of ways this entire year so far, I would have just liked to seen her get that credit. That's all. And like I said, you could have added Willow and made it three-way, and then she beats her and Monet. That'd been fine.
Do we see a trios match with Kenny and the Bucks versus Ospreay and ooh, maybe after GrandSlam Mexico? I could see that. That would be a great match.
Speaking of that, that's starting to build up to be a heck of a show too. I mean, we've got several matches.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're talking about the Dynamite and Collision from this week. Well, what about that?
Yeah, I was going to say, let me pull up the card here. Because you have Mark Davis versus Ospreay, The Demand versus Adam Page and Brodito.
Yes.
Fletcher versus Bailey.
Yep.
And then you have Willow and the Brawling Birds taking on Mercedes and Divine Dominion.
Yep.
Persephone versus Statlander. Mystico, Jericho, and Darby taking on Okada, Kevin Knight, and Hashiro. Cope and Cage and the Bucks taking on the Death Riders. Ciampa and Andrade and Commander going for the Casino Gauntlet. Like, it's another pay-per-view. Like, it's another pay-per-view on television.
I mean, in essence, it's like I said, it's a stacked card, so definitely building all in.
Darby.
That'd be fun.
Yes. Crazy to think they were less than a month away, and I like where they're building. With the Bucks storyline, with the Death Riders, I liked that the Bucks won. I thought they were going to get beaten down, but I liked the swerve of because Will couldn't pull the trigger. I liked the storyline swerve, and I know Redemption got a lot of heat, but I feel like we can all agree people kind of were going into Redemption not wanting to like it because it felt left behind. I think besides maybe the Chains match and the TBS Championship match, it was a solid card. It was fun. It did what it needed to do with these stories. I like that we have Divine Dominion going after the Brawling Birds finally. I like that we have Willow and Mercedes in a heated rivalry. We have the Bucks and you have Ospreay and Omega kind of in this weird vortex, like who's the heel, like who's the bad guy? Because Moxley's dealt with the Elite turning heel before and turning on him.
Right.
Kenny was acting very much like a heel in the ring, so I can see that because they're not going to boo Ospreay at Wembley.
No, regardless.
Before we got to Dynamite Collision, we will let you know all our signs.
Sweet,
Yes,
please
let us
do.
know.
Yeah, definitely.
Did the New Day... Yes, the New Day Unicorn video. I don't think it took so much as a stab. I think it was more...
Just getting out of that. Yeah.
But I never thought it would get me emotional when they showed the unicorn with the horn that was broken, giving the nod of approval to leave, and I'm like, oh, Biggie.
Yep.
But yeah, that's another team that as of today is free. The New Era are officially free agents.
Oh shit.
So they're another tag team. You have the Bucks and Cope, which to kind of keep on this discussion. That was a great promo segment on Dynamite. You had the sit down where you have Cope and Cage, like, we're trying to prove that we are still good at this. And the Bucks, they're like, yeah, but we need to beat you to prove that we're good at this. And I like that it's a friendly rivalry, but is it? Because I feel like it's going to get personal real soon.
Oh, yeah, real quick. It's not going to take long at all. Well, and then speaking of multi-people matches, I mean, we got to definitely throw out there about the Demand becoming the Trios champions. I mean, I know that's something I think everybody was kind of looking forward to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, Conglomeration's fun, and I'm happy for all of those guys, but, I mean, the Demand's been on television for a long time, and they've been tearing it up, so I think it was well-deserved.
100%, and I'm so happy because they already defended them against the Rascals on Collision.
There's another thing, yep.
We already saw a title defense. Steve, that's right, let's fucking go.
Yep.
It's nice. And babyfaces can chase them because if you give it to the Rascals, you don't want them taking off the Conglomeration, but taking it off the Demand.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, speaking of, changing things, Continental Cup.
Yes.
I know Moxley let it slip Dynamite, and I was like, did he just say Continental Cup?
Uh-huh.
And Steve, this is where I think you see Buddy. We don't know some. We only know a few of the participants. We know Nigel.
Yep.
We know Moxley because he's defending champion, and we know the Conglomeration.
And then Ciampa.
And Kyle Fletcher, I believe.
Okay. So Ciampa then and Fletcher then? All right.
So it's almost like we could see Buddy in the... Oh, Buddy in the Gauntlet's a good place, too.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be it, but I'm interesting. I know it is like a European FA Cup and I could be butchering the name. I apologize, everyone in the comments. But I know that there's a cup called the FA Cup that ends at Wembley. It's kind of like a mid-season tournament. It seems like that. I like kind of the tradition where it's 16 people, and every time someone wins, they get put in a hat, and the matches are all randomized.
Right.
So I do kind of like the twist to it because... Yeah, you can predict some matches, but you could also be like, wow, that's a random match because it's supposed to be random. So what do you think of the Continental Cup?
I think it sounds interesting. And yeah, I mean, sounds like what it was based off of is that football or soccer tournament, however you'd like to say it. But I think it's a good idea. I mean, I like the tournaments because like we're talking about right there. It's supposed to be obviously random, so to speak, for the wrestling world. But I like that because that gives the opportunity to really make some off-the-wall matches that we would probably never see because they wouldn't work any other time.
It's almost like when they used to take the tag teams in WCW, and they did it once on AEW, where it was like, pick your poison, but what was it called? Where it was like random tag teams, like, hey, these two people or these two people.
Oh, I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, it was just drawing it out. Here you go. You guys are wrestling. Okay.
Hey, Richie, how you doing? Richie Mars, everyone, make sure you go give him a follow. He's a really great creator on TikTok, YouTube, and Insta.
Hey.
Mox versus Jay White would be an awesome final at Wembley. Mm-hmm. I would not say no to that. And I could see Jay White winning the actual Continental Classic, Continental Championship, excuse me. I think they'll give him something more to do is just the leader of his group.
Yeah, and he'd have that cup too, so then he could utilize that later too when he wasn't maybe the champion or something.
He can be obnoxious and carry that cup around too to remind everyone.
Give it to
He'll have
Juice.
the belt and the cup.
Give it to Juice to carry
Juice.
around, baby. He'll be drinking out of
Ace
it.
carry it, have it filled with a bunch of ace cards. Like, there's a lot of visual comedy you can, not comedy, but like how he carried the belts. He had the bat. Like, I like that he was creative.
Yeah, so well,
Like
something
how the
different.
Outrunners, how Turbo has to keep the belt on him while he wrestles.
Correct.
Like, that popped me on the pay-per-view that it kind of fell off and Dalton put it back on him, but he has to keep it out because he doesn't want to lose it. Like, I love
Right.
it. I love how people can be creative with it.
Well, yeah, and utilize it then offensively as well. So yeah, don't forget about Swerve. I agree, Emily.
Yes, see. What do they do with Swerve? Like, I'm confused there. I think I guess are they going to put him in the Casino Gauntlet and have him win? Because that could be like a whoa. Because if Ospreay's champion and Swerve's got that, like that could be an instant all-out match right there.
Yeah.
Like that's
but
kind of where I'm thinking. Swerve wins a Casino Gauntlet.
that's kind of quick timing though, because if Will wins the championship, I mean, we can't hot shot it. We would just hot shot it kind of from Kenny. So, so I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It makes it kind of tough.
Or it's got to be someone that's going to lose, I hate to say it, but eat the pin against Ospreay.
Yeah.
Swerve doing anything.
That's all right. Hey, that's fair too. I agree. That's fair.
Because then you got to think of, like, does he come back GrandSlam Mexico somewhere? Because he'll get a huge return pop. Like, he's got to be back soon. I mean, he was just doing Comic-Con for them. He was just promoting for them.
Right.
He's all over social media, so it's not like he has animosity with AEW, so it doesn't sound like he's sitting at home mad. It just sounds like they're waiting to pull the trigger and do something with him. Could be a Dynamite when we go. You're going to the go-home the show after All In, right, Emily? I can't remember. I believe that's what you said last time. But, I mean, next week they said they have an overrun for GrandSlam Mexico, so they could easily shoehorn another quick match in there or a segment, but I don't know. That is interesting with Swerve.
Yeah, I agree.
And then for the women's division, too, speaking of, GrandSlam Mexico, Statlander coming back. It was nice to see her kind of return the favor, save Maya. Like, I like that she's doing something, still going after Persephone. I like that she has a match against her. I mean, do we see this kind of ending with another match at All In? Because I feel like this is not a one-and-done feud here. Like that, I feel like there's something different here with Persephone and Statlander. There's still one-and-done.
I agree with that because it seemed like they've kind of been just keeping them, having those interactions here and there, but just enough to where it could definitely lead to something. Because isn't that for the championship?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought so.
Because she just successfully defended it against Tessa Blanchard last night. So it's officially for the championship since she retained.
Okay, that's why I just wanted to make sure.
No, I like Richie's comment here. The Swerve and Knight dynamic is something to follow up on. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's
Especially
down the road.
where Kenny was trying to convince, Knight he didn't need the Don Callis family. Knight feels like he doesn't fit because he's arrogant. Kyle fucking hates him. Like, Kyle wants him out of that family. You have the tension between Okada and Kyle. Like, that's starting to rear its ugly head. Does something happen with him and Speedball? Like, I don't see Speedball winning the title because I think there's some...
Yes.
I think maybe Okada takes out Fletcher. I think
triple
this family's
threat.
imploding.
Triple threat it all in?
Yeah, because
Speedball, Fletcher, Okada?
The G1 finals filling up in a couple weeks, and I think Takeshita will be part of that triple threat.
Ooh, so can we have a four-way?
Have Speedball in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he make it that far, do you think, into this, or?
I see Speedball going after Kevin Knight taking the TNT title. Like, I feel like... I know they should have done it at Redemption, but I see him getting the TNT title. Like, when he finally gets that win, I think it's against Kevin Knight. And maybe that's where the Swerve, like Richie was saying, the Swerve and the Kevin Knight dynamic is they team up to help each other get to where they want to be. Like, enemy my enemy situation. I don't know. Like,
right.
It's an interesting dynamic to watch, like he said.
Yeah, that's why I ask, yeah.
The new embassy. Oh. The new embassy would be dope, Steve. Anything with a Hurt Syndicate on TV, I want to see. Yeah, I don't understand why they're not on TV either. It doesn't make any sense. I figured Speedball versus Knight will be a... Yeah, I think
Very
so, too.
possible. Very possible.
I hope so. Selfishly, a lot of this stuff I just hope for too.
No, I agree. Well, yeah, I have a bias on it because I'm going to be there, so I want to see all of it.
Right? So apologize to you guys a month in advance, but half these matches will probably be fantasy book because we're going to be there and we want to see it.
Oh, my tinfoil is, yeah, it's on permanently right now until we leave.
We will find out a match. Yeah, you'll probably find out at least one match. They usually, when they do the pay-per-view, they announce one match for the following Wednesday. Like if there's a debut, then like if the New Era, New Day's debut, and they say, hey, they're going to face this team on Dynamite, like as like their debut to television, they do something like that.
Right.
And then obviously, you know, we're going to see probably the Brawling Birds versus Divine Dominion. That seems like that's going to be an all-in match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But where does this kind of leave Jericho? Where does this leave, you know, someone like a Tommaso? I know their feud's done. So where does it kind of leave some of these people who were just in feuds, but like where do you fit a Jericho right now?
Maybe does he get into the gauntlet or something like that? Because I mean, I feel like that's why they have that is that's going to have to kind of. I don't want to be like the overflow talent, but in a way. You know, that's going to have to be kind of that catch-all. Like, hey, we need these people on we need these people on the pay-per-view because they're still on television every week, and we need to at least keep the options open of where we would like to go forward with after. You know,
because I feel like the Don Callis family would be too split up to really be in any Stadium Stampede or Anarchy. But I do feel like we're going to see a Stadium Stampede or Anarchy.
But I feel like that's yes.
Oh, sorry, Bullet Club Gold, whatever we're going to call them.
Well, and it's going to be that Death Riders and Dogs versus, you know, Bullet Club Gold, I think, is that.
Emily's got her tinfoil. He needs to face Darby as Painmaker. That would be fun. I would love to see that.
Yes, it would.
Also, coming out to Judas Priest on the pay-per-view was incredible.
Yeah, that was cool.
That match was fun. I'm going to give Jericho his props. A lot of people hate on Jericho. That match with Tommaso Ciampa was incredibly fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I liked the sight gags. Being from New England, a Bobby Orr jersey, that popped the shit out of me, Jeff.
Oh, I knew it would. I knew it would. Because I knew how much that was an actual, how that's been a rivalry for over 100 years. Yeah. I mean...
I apologize to anyone. Please don't block me. But, you know, I used to have my Montreal Canadiens dive team T-shirts that I'd wear to the games when I went to the TD Garden. So I was a part of that rivalry. It was like the New York Yankees and the Red Sox rivalry. It's in your roots. It's in your DNA. But
Blues, Blackhawks, Cards, Cubs for me. Stuff like that.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
So it was a fun little nod. And some of the spots they took, like the mirror, the hockey pucks.
Yeah.
I agree, Steve. It over-delivered. You know, I was like, it'll be okay. And I was like, oh, okay. Props to 50-year-old Jericho doing some of that crazy-ass shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying about Jericho lately, I think. You know, is he's just letting loose and having fun with it. And you can tell his experience and stuff because, like, having that match with Nick Gage and some of those, you know, matches where he got bloody and physical and did some different things, you can tell he's kind of adapted that for that Painmaker personality, and it works. You know, I think it works very well for it, you know.
In what way does MJF make it to All In? See, that's a good question. Does he go
Wait
after
till All Out?
Friday?
Wait till All Out, maybe.
I don't feel like I don't think. Can you really keep him off All In? I feel like that's a miss unless he absolutely can't.
I just don't know the extent, I guess.
I know Maya World or Athena are going to have a match in Dallas after All In because that is true. I feel like that's maybe that's where the Ring of Honor title match is. No, but she's TBS champion, so you can't do that yet.
We can't do these belt matches.
I don't want to see the champion. Too much.
We've already discussed that.
MJF will cost Andrade. Yes.
Yeah, that'd work. Yeah, that'd work for me, I guess. Yeah.
I definitely see, or like he caused a disqualification, but I agree with Steve. MJF and Andrade, and that would be a fun build too.
Mm-hmm.
Promos would be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Is he hurt or filming? He was just nursing a knee injury, I think.
Yes, knee. That's what I heard.
I think they just didn't want to push him too hard before All In, so I think he dropped it because it was worse than he probably thought. And he was like, "Hey, go ice up and recover."
Well, I don't think it was something that he could work safely through. Was more of a, what it was. Because you could tell the moves went down. Well, yeah, of course.
No, I know you do too. Sorry.
Oh, no. But I mean, he's one of our top heels. I mean, or one of the top heels around, and especially on the mic.
This card has a chance to be, if this is pulled off right. I mean, Tony's going to have a lot of eyes on AEW this summer. There's a lot of newer fans. I mean, Emily's hearing it at work. We've had a lot of people on the channel and our pages comment. Make sure you subscribe at Cruising with Kayfabe. Big Foley Cheap Pop.
Bang bang.
The tally for those interested: 774 subscribers on YouTube. So It is getting closer and closer to Chippy Chop time, going bald. Not literally all the way bald, but anyway. But it's still, my hair is almost gone. So, but TK definitely, he has a chance, Jeff, because if you add the new era, if you book like a stadium stampede and you book these two incredible main events that I'm going to say co-main event, main event for Mercedes and for Omega. If you book both those title matches, you could have an incredible card. I mean, I kind of want a women's casino gauntlet. If we're doing the men's, I say we do the women's too.
I agree with that. Exactly. Get that more women. Well, here's my thing is we just add the Motor City Machine Guns. So then if we add New Day or whatever, do we do a tag team tournament of some sort? I mean, I'd be down for that if we're going to try to build a tag division.
Maybe you do change it. I still think you change Cope and Cage. I feel like they're leaving those feud kind of open. Maybe they insert them because, like, where they said we want to prove they're the best, everyone would have legacy. Well, we've won championships X amount of times. We've won them all over the world. We've won them. So it's almost like a legacy kind of.
Right.
Whoever wins this can have like another stake in their legacy. Just in Cope and Cage could easily drop it because they didn't lose it. Doesn't have to be a ladder match. Could even be some sort of other stipulation match. But I think ladder match.
Do you have a four-way ladder match?
I think a four-way.
You'd almost have to.
If you don't do Anarchy in the Arena with them, I think you have Motor City Machine Guns, Cope and Cage, Bucks, and I think you add the New Day as a surprise team, and you do that four-way unless FTR come back. But I think that'll be too many. But I have a feeling FTR is coming back. But I'm confused. See, it's hard because it's like, do you make it clusterfuckery or do you add more tag teams? Because you can't put them all on the card, but you can't leave them off the card. You see, it's like that conundrum.
Right.
That changes head match and New plus four-way tag team. Yeah, I could see that. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Guns will be incredible.
Yes. I liked how they kind of built to that too, because they we're kind of, hey, cool, thanks, but no, we're not necessarily ready to shake your hands, that type deal.
Right.
Because Juice did, but then he, but the Guns they kind of stared him down.
And that makes sense because they're like, we don't know you. Like, we're the tag team of this group.
Right. Well, and that's the other part of it is if we're going to try to reignite the tag division, then I feel like the Guns need to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that could be kind of young, and then you can kind of get some of the other people from Ring of Honor. Like, there's a lot of teams on Ring of Honor that could be kind of called up into this group, like those young guns. No pun intended.
Outrunners.
You go against a team like Motor Machine Guns. You go against FTRs. Mm-hmm. Those are two great veteran teams that can really help train and kind of elevate these other teams to maybe different styles of matches they haven't worked before, but to make them more well-rounded. Because that's kind of what AEW tag team is that they're all pretty much very well-rounded. They can all mesh together. Sometimes there's limitations, and I think it's nice to have these different diverse styles in these groups to kind of help fill in those gaps, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Zelina Vega and Andrade. Personally, I don't know if I'd want Zelina Vega. I don't know what she would really offer in the women's division, but as a manager,
that's more so what I was thinking. She could do that.
I could see that,
or the ballet type thing. Maybe not the manager, but the ballet.
Personally, I just don't want Malachi. I don't know.
They had a good thing.
Talented, but
right, and they had a good thing there for a little while.
I don't know. I just feel like
House of Black was fucking over. Oh, I agree, but House of Black was over, man. Like There for a little while, they were on television every week. They were champs. I mean, fuck.
I know.
Like, damn.
I mean, I'm willing to give everything a second chance because, Andrade, it worked for Andrade, but it's just like, oof, I don't know. It's hard because it's like, I love Malachi Black. I was just,
right.
I just think it'd be hard. I think he would be accepted by a majority of the fan base, so I think it'd be hard for him to get over, so he'd have to be a really good heel for a while, I think,
right,
to kind of get that welcome away.
FTR, New Day, Motor City Machine Guns, Brodito. Yeah, that'd be a fire match, too.
And I know that Motor City Machine Guns and FTR are going to happen someday because they both talked about wanting to face each other in multiple interviews.
Yep.
Dax has gone out of his way. It was like the summer of 2024 before they signed. He's like, hey, even if it's not an AEW ring, there's DPW. Like, they offered like other places, like, let's make this happen. So it's going to happen at some point. I don't care. That's true. I think either way, as long as we get quality matches, as long as it's not trying to think of the word. If it's just trying to, like you said, Jeff, shotgunning titles, I think I'll be okay. It's just I think that's my been kind of complaints lately is I don't want all the titles to keep flip-flopping because I want to kind of establish some more reigns, some more stories. So,
well, and especially when we're having champion versus champion matches too. That's the other part about it is they're having. It just seems like there's quite a few of those, which we kind of know what our outcomes are going to be, and then a couple they hotshot it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, but I wanted that person to be a champ, just not right now.
I think you see Buddy relatively soon. I mean, maybe they save him for All In as a surprise in the Gauntlet, but I think you see him soon. I think he's been cleared, so maybe they're just.
What about that
the right time with him?
I think that Continental Cup would be a good one, just because he has the opportunity to maybe get more than one match in, so to speak. Maybe he wins his first one at least, and then loses the second one or something.
Get him to the semifinals against Brody, and then
or something. Yeah, something. You know what I mean? But something where he can have a little bit more time instead of just one. Sorry, you're out, and it's a multi-man. And there you go.
I agree, Steve, and that's kind of why I want to see Bandito drop the ROH title to Nick Wayne. I think Nick Wayne will be a phenomenal Ring of Honor Men's Champion. August 23rd, I think it is. I think give Nick Wayne the Ring of Honor belt. You'd have a Ring of Honor championship consisting, well, potentially Lee Moriarty unless Nigel McGuinness wins it, but you'd have potentially Nigel or Lee, Nick Wayne, and Leo as Summer Men's champions, and the Outrunners. Like, that's a great group of champions for Ring of Honor for what they're trying to build. I say give it to Nick Wayne. Bring Bandito up to the roster full time.
Well, and I've been glad to see Nick Wayne lately. I mean, we had them both, right? Dynamite and Collision.
Hell yeah, and he's killing it.
So that was awesome. It was really good to see. Oh yeah, I've seen him since the beginning with his time with AEW. So, you can definitely tell the growth, and then with him being on the cruises as well.
Not Nick, but someone.
That's fine.
Who do you want to see, Steve? Out of curiosity. Ooh, Roosh or Brody? Brody,
I think would be cooler than Roosh, but because Roosh has already had it. I don't think Brody ever has. But is that a demotion then for?
But I like the lethal twist right now. I'd say Blake Christian, but I'm really liking the lethal twist. I love their chemistry. Jay Lethal was a perfect addition to give them some veteran presence.
Oh yeah, well, and just help get them ready television wise and things like that.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately putting Jay White in a chain match maybe wasn't the best choice post injury, but also. When Finley went for that Dominator, he dropped Jay right on his head. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not saying that caused anything, but I'm guessing he got kind of banged up there because that didn't look good. Escobar. Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
Santos Escobar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I like that vision.
He can go. He can work.
He debut at GrandSlam Arena Mexico next week because that would be the reception he would get at Arena Mexico would be insane.
Well, yeah, and then he could work for CMLL too.
Dual contract. That's what I'm thinking.
Because I'm sure he's worked for him in the past. I know he's worked with Lucha Underground, and I know they pulled from both originally. If I remember correctly, wasn't it AAA and CMLL? It was more open for that.
Steve, that chain match was terrible.
There was a few rough spots in that, yes.
You could just tell that they were just like, we don't really know what this is supposed to be, so let's just do what we can to improvise. But the chain was getting caught and stuff, and they definitely, they made something out of nothing. But I think a regular tag team match would have been just okay.
Ooh, Flip Gordon, yeah.
Especially with the shillelagh interference.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve, I don't get it either. I love Flip Gordon. We got to see him on the cruise wrestle against Cardona. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wrestled, and because I was gonna say what he had to buy, right? Because he didn't really wrestle more than once. I think he
just
had
once
a run in.
Well, because he had a run in, and then he got his opportunity for winning the inaugural Sea of Honor tournament on the first cruise. So, but it couldn't happen on the second because for whatever reasons, it took longer. Because it took till the fourth.
Yes.
Fourth.
And that's why I had made a post the other day. With my AEW now having Rev Pro, like we were saying earlier, and all these other great independent promotions.
Yeah.
You have 7 fucking years of the Jericho Cruise. Throw those matches on there. Like, you know how many they tape. Throw those all on there. You know how many of those? I'd love to go back to, even though some of them are house show matches. Make them little specials like Best of the Jericho Cruise. Like, easy content.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, I obviously want to watch it. I'm biased. I mean, I've watched the Sea of Honor tournament a few times, and I wasn't even there.
But the last 2 years were like a lot more like ring work heavy. Like they were loose, but like the last 2 years, like from Speedball's match on, like okay, they made this belt. They made kind of this mean something.
That's still I think one of the best matches ever on the cruise.
It is.
That was
at least put that match.
Yeah, because I mean that one, in my opinion, is worthy of being shown. Because I mean they went hard on a vacation crew and on a cruise ship. I mean, like I said, a lot of people, they didn't phone it in, but they had vacation.
Yes.
So I get it. I get it. But like I said, they went after it and gave us a hell of a show. So
I'd love to relive that match because
we were all kind of not necessarily shocked, but like, whoa, like these dudes are going fucking hard for the cruise. Like, holy shit, they're laying them in. There was some real stiff shots in there, and it was like, okay, cool. We're making this championship match mean something. I'm 100% fucking down with that.
They got Emily, and Emily finally got to see who Speedball was because I wouldn't shut up about who he was, and she was like, oh, that's the one. I'm like, yeah, I told you. He's like the Karate Kid that can kick your ass. It's a great gimmick.
Yep. And he adds some good hard style moves because the flipping with the knees and those type things.
Sheamus at All In would be something. I don't know if he's free by then, but yeah, I still see what Steve said a few weeks ago. Sheamus coming to the Death Riders. That could be an interesting
because Claudio.
Death Riders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would be a fucking vicious tag team.
Claudio's pretty much he's always tagging with everyone else.
Yeah, but I mean,
every year he's just tagging with someone.
Well, we already talked about 6 tag teams already tonight, so there's a 7th. If you had Claudio and Sheamus as the bar for their particular tag team for their stable, I mean, we're at 6 or 7 pretty high caliber tag teams right there. Holy shit!
And here's what you do for All Out. So and maybe they do this for All Out. You're doing the men's Continental Cup for All In. Do the women's Continental Cup for All Out.
Sweet. I'm down because you got a month. Same thing. It's the same build time.
And then you have an annual tradition at each show to make them both just as important.
Yeah.
Then World's End, this year, the very first women's Continental, because then you've already established the lineage.
Right. Well, and then you have an expectation, too, where you can keep that routine.
If they have a women's casino gauntlet match, Zoe Serrano.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We talked about her. Yeah, we talked about her.
How about Claudio Sheamus? Ooh.
That's dangerous, too.
That would be deadly, Steve. That would be deadly.
Which that's a great option as well for them to have with the Death Riders. Ooh.
You think so? I don't know if I see Speedball going over.
Isn't that a hot shot, too?
Yeah, that's too quick. I think there's going to be... It just doesn't seem... especially in Arena Mexico, there's always chaos. There's always run-ins. Yeah, I think Okada comes out and I think he takes out.
That's what I'm saying.
Make a statement, disqualification, protect Speedball.
But then we don't. With this currently, then we don't have that Speedball Kevin Knight match then, unless somehow he inserts himself between Okada and Kyle, and then you know what I mean. And then they're like,
or
well,
he takes out Speedball and this. You needed my help for the win. You needed my help for the win. Like,
something, yeah. So I mean, like you said, shenanigans.
Yeah, there has to be some.
Shenanigans?
Yep. Always.
Yeah, that's
no,
more like it. Yes, that would be more of the style of the match that needs to be at all in. Would be Fletcher Okada Takeshita. Yes.
I think we've kind of gone around the card. Obviously, we talked about the gauntlet. We talked about the matches, but I mean, let's talk, I guess, about the final two matches. Ospreay and Davis. I mean, this time I like that Mark Davis called out that, hey, last time you had the Death Riders help you. It's now a street fight, but this is the weird part. It's a street fight. How do you have a street fight but ban everyone? I don't understand why they keep that part.
Just for the, I don't know, just for the outside interference portion of it, I guess. So they can do everything else but that.
I just thought it was
cool. Hey, got to throw out for the ALS too, for conglomeration doing that. I just wanted to throw that out there. You know?
That's right. Yep. We had Rhino and ICP.
Yeah. So I thought that was
Poor
pretty
Roddy
cool.
Almost ate shit.
Yeah, he did.
Athena got her booked on a... Okay. That'd be interesting.
And then also I did want to bring up, too, the old Brodito and Hangman name, the good, the bad, and the ugly little segment there. With Brody, who's the ugly one? Who's the ugly one? I thought that was pretty cool. Too. Yeah, that's why I said I thought that was pretty cool. They seem to have a pretty good chemistry together, so kind of excited for that match just to see what happens.
And I love it's against the Demand. I love that it's against, like, Ricochet being the chicken shit heel, the Demand being the heavies. Mm-hmm. Like, I love it because it fits his character, and that match will be fun.
Yeah. And he's been fucking killing it in the ring, I think. I think he's been wrestling at a very high level again. So.
And what a career resurgence for Ricochet. Debuts in 2024 in the Gauntlet, gets a good ovation, turns heel in a great storyline, has captured gold already, and now has the Trios title. So he's already kind of made his mark and become an incredible heel. So, shout out to Ricochet really trusting himself and running with this. Well,
and it's not that he didn't have the talent to do whatever, because, obviously he's an easy babyface. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Look at all his lineage with Prince Puma and all this and that. He's always kind of been the babyface. I think it's harder for him to be a heel, so I think that was part of it, is he kind of had to learn it the hard way, in a way, you know what I mean? Because everybody knew what he could do in the ring. Everybody that knew him, you know what I mean? But now he's finally developing a character and, a lot of those different things that he was lacking previously, I think. And like you said, I think now he's having fun again. He's back into it, maybe that little bit he was missing when he was maybe with WWE. I think
don't have your passion as much, yeah.
Yeah, so the spark's back for him because now, hey, they got trust in me. They're starting to push me where I wasn't getting anything. I got a few things here and there, but other than that, I had to kind of just blah, for the end there. So now he's got that resurgence, and I think you can see it. He's been, like I said, he's been working really well lately. I know I've thrown that out a couple times, so.
You have, and I agree 100%. Like, you're not wrong. It's so incredible to see, and I want to go to Steve's earlier comment. I agree. I think Gio at some point have to get the tag team titles too. Mm-hmm. You have the beef in the tag division now, with the Doyles, with the Cages, with the Archers. You have to have a team like Bishop Khan and Leona. Like, you just need these two, and they've done incredible work. They both got in incredible shape, and just have been putting in the work. And I agree. I think they've been killing it. They've been going to New Japan. I think that's kind of what you want from your tag division, is people who are hungry. And I think with the addition of Motor City Machine Guns, with the addition of New Day, the Bucks being the veterans, I think you have a good veteran base to incorporate some of these other
FTR.
At this level.
Yeah, Open Cage, FTR. I mean, damn. Like I said, the tag division is going to be loaded, so I hope they're ready for what they're going to have. You know what I mean? You got to be able to give this time to. You're going to have singles. You're going to have tag. You're going to have your triple threats and six mans to build stories. And then let's not forget, we need all that for our ladies as well. So
I think they're testing, longer times. I mean, again, this week they had a half an hour overrun on Dynamite. Mm-hmm. Next week, Grand Slam's scheduled for a half an hour overrun, and they fill it well. I saw a statistic. There was something like 47% of their runtime was wrestling. Like, literally half your show being wrestling is incredible. Like, I think that's a good testament to it to do. And I agree. They need to get them on TV. They need to get them on matches. And
it didn't seem that long. I'm going to be honest with you, because I watched it over at a friend's house every week, and we were kind of like, holy shit, like, all right, 15 minutes over. Okay, no, we still got another segment left. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, all right. And it was like, well, that really didn't seem too bad, even though it's, 9:30 instead of, whatever. I'm like, huh, okay, I could do that, They're going to keep doing, those, maybe it's not every show, but maybe it's, two a month or something.
And I think what's been helping too is those little TV specials or the pay-per-views. Like, we questioned why did they add in a Redemption, but I think that was their test. Like, they didn't have an MJF, they didn't have a Swerve, they didn't have a Hangman. So you can have those B-level pay-per-views with this roster overflow. And I think this will be a good test. Like, they're hitting their stride again, they're hitting their peak, they're bringing in talent in a lot of the divisions, they're strengthening a lot of talent, their stories are starting to tell. This is an important run to Wembly, and I think right now they're set up for success, but they got to keep focused, because this is going to be pivotal for them. I think it's going to be a big moment. All eyes will be on All In this year, I think. It's going to be huge.
Well, I mean, the way they're currently building up in like we just talked about, the two programs they had this week. They weren't bad last time. We just had a pay-per-view, you know what I mean? Now we have an event, Dynamite, next week, you know what I mean? That's got a great card as well. Like, I mean, they're throwing it all out there, so hopefully they can continue that. I feel like they're setting the bar pretty high right now. They are. I hope everybody can still be realistic, myself included, because, like I said, the bar right now is starting to get pretty elevated.
I see what you did there. Elevated.
A little work in there.
All right. All right, I guess say we'll open up. Anyone has any quick questions? I'd say quick, but any questions or anything before we wrap up? But I think, a lot happened this week, and I'm happy where it's going. And foot's on the gas, and soon we're going to be over there to see this. So I'm excited because it's All In month, baby.
Oh yeah. Because shoot, we leave in 24 days, because we leave technically the 25th that night. So yeah, we're, like I said, 24 days.
Oof.
I know. Yeah, starting to get real.
Dynamite was almost as long as Night One as wow.
Huh.
WWE counterpoint is so lame. It just, it just hurts. It just hurts, especially when it's if it's pay-per-view, it just hurts the fans, because people want to watch both. It sucks. Like, you have to pick and choose.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's something I never understood, because I kind of we had gotten past some of that competition, because people had switched nights and did different things to kind of, say, hey man, I'm not going to try to step on your toes. Where, early on, there was some of that, because people were vying for the fans. Now fan bases are kind of more established, I think, in a certain ways. So I don't get it either, because like you said, I kind of like to watch a little bit of everything. So why make me choose and be tribalistic when I don't really want to?
Right. Let me watch what I want to watch.
Because now it's like, well, then I'm going to watch one and then pick time to either check on the other or do something, I guess. What do you think the next return or free agent? Oh, but Steve's question. What do you got?
I didn't think Santos Escobar until you brought him up. So I think I'm going to say Santos.
But he isn't free, though, is he?
I think he's free.
Because he was during that whole release with all of them?
Yep.
But that's But that's at GrandSlam Mexico, then, you think, for
That's what I'm
Santos,
thinking,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's our next one, and then we're thinking the New Day or New Era, whatever they're going to be called.
That's what I think, because I don't really see many other pickups right yet.
Sheamus wouldn't be
like,
clear yet of his non-compete or whatever, I guess.
And Bailey's probably the fall too. So
There was going to be my last one I was going to ask about, because of course with your post, I know you caught some heat from a few people on here, which I saw it too, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, he must have not seen that and just real quick put it on there, which it was the case. So
no, I was it was like 90 plus by 11 a.m. and I had started mowing and I just was like tired and I was like, all right, oh, I should throw that up real quick. And then I was like, and then I'm like, oh, probably should have double checked that.
oh well, I knew what you meant, so it was okay. Plus, you knew you were going to catch a little shit, so
That's right. The old lesson you can learn from the internet. If you ever want to find out if you spelled something incorrectly or did something incorrectly, post it on the internet. Someone will tell you.
You're damn right they will. And yes, I agree. Steve Santos would be a good fit. Because wasn't he King? Was he King Cuerno in Lucha, right? Underground.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Because, like I said, I was a fan of him from Lucha Underground. So I would say yes. I agree. He would be a perfect fit.
So fellas, keep it all in. I don't know. I think it can beat last year's. I think Kenny and Will is a big reason. I think Mercedes and Willow. I think you have a pretty big draw this year in Kenny and Will, like the AEW / New Japan trilogy.
Yeah. Well, and I agree with Steve down here. This was a question that was on my mind too. What about? Well, just what about her? What happens now? You know what I mean? Does she get a rematch clause? I mean, I know that's not really as much of a thing anymore, but you hear certain people pull that shit out. So I agree with Steve. I'm curious about that.
I'm hoping she faces someone from Stardom. Like if she does, maybe she gets a singles match. Someone gets.
She almost has to keep that storyline going. Well, and we did get. Who did we get? Hazuki.
Yeah, Hazuki's been showing up a lot.
So
she was just there on this week.
So yeah, maybe that's her match then for All In, is some kind of final pride match or something. Because that could keep her relevant. Or Brozilla.
Kid match.
Yeah, and building
Brozilla too.
That's what I'm saying. Build to that, Kyrie. That'd be awesome too.
Oh,
because she wouldn't have to be signed.
And she can be signed to Stardom.
That's what I'm saying. She don't necessarily have to be signed to AEW if she doesn't want to work there. So,
that's right.
Yes,
yeah, Bozilla's clear. Yeah,
Bozilla would be All In. I feel like if we're doing that one.
I agree. No, that's a lot to ponder this week for for next week's show is more build. We'll kind of see how more fleshes out. But I hope everyone has a good rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy the summer. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. And remember, always
keep the kayfabe. See you, everybody. Have a good night.
But again, thank you for partying with us. But it's getting late. I must bid you adieu. So from Kenny Omega and Rijo, goodbye and good night.
Goodbye. Mwah! And good night.